Rob, obviously second year in a row, a disappointing ending. Just how tough is that? What was the message you shared with the guys?
Just that, I'm proud of them. And, those guys, they prepared and they competed every day this year. And we had to go through some tough times. We lost Reese in spring training. But they kept when we lost some pitchers during the course of the year, but they kept grinding, they kept fighting, and I'm proud of them for that. I'm proud of this group that our front office has put together, because they're talented and they got great makeup, and they're great to be around. It is disappointing, but it's tough to get back to this position 2 years in a row. It is. But they fought like hell to get here, and we came up short.
I had a photo on my phone 2 years ago that popped up on my phone yesterday, and it was me on my couch in Seattle watching the 2021 NLCS. I shared that with some of the guys before the game today. It's like, how cool is this that I was sitting on the couch, probably still rehabbing at that point, and now get to play in the games. Just very fortunate.
I wouldn't trade one single piece of my career for how it went that led me to today. And trust me when I say there were some real hardships. There were some very dark days in my career, and we lost 110 games 2 years ago. So for me to sit here and tell you that I wouldn't trade that in, if you told me that I would have this, I'd be coming out the other side of it like this, I would understand why I was having to go through that. I've learned so much about myself, and the things that I really believe in, and what I have to do every single day to keep remembering my own personal purpose and the path forward. It was a challenge, but like I said, I wouldn't trade it for one thing in the world, because I've learned so much about what it takes to be the manager of the Arizona Diamondbacks, and I couldn't be more proud to be this.
Diamondbacks back in the World Series for the first time since 2001, David. What happened in 2001? They played in a Game 7, and they beat the Yankees.
That was right after 9/11, as you recall, and people thought it would be proper for the Yankees to win that World Series, and the Diamondbacks spoiled the party as the underdog. Could history repeat itself? Not the 9/11 part. In 2023, where the Diamondbacks can stop the Rangers from winning their first ever World Series.
The 84-win Arizona Diamondbacks are going to the World Series. Believe it. They're going to play the Texas Rangers. Game 1 is Friday night. Back here with former Marlins president David Samson. What the heck just happened? The Diamondbacks are going back to the World Series.
It's almost as though they watched our pregame show, and every key that we talked about, every X factor happened. Let's start with chaos. You saw what Corbin Carroll did when he got on base. Not only did he get hits, he was stealing bases. Gurriel, they were on the move. Then you saw their bullpen shut down Kyle Schwarber, shut down Bryce Harper. You're going to let Bone beat you? No problem. He almost did, but couldn't. Then the Phillies started to feel the pressure. Each inning that went on, the crowd got quieter and quieter, and the pressure built and built, and they simply could not get it done against a bullpen that we're going to have to talk about as amongst the best in all of baseball. The Arizona Diamondbacks, after the trade deadline acquisition of a closer who comes in with mediocre stuff, Sewald, but no one can get a hit. So you're talking about a team that's deep, that doesn't care about where they are, who they're playing, and now they get to go for the ring that they have not had since 2001.
I am stunned because this Phillies team beat the Braves. And after they beat the Braves, we said they're going to be going to the World Series. It doesn't matter who they face. They're going to find a way to get through that team. They did not find a way to get through this scrappy 84-win Arizona Diamondback team. What happened after they were up 2-0 in the series? Where did all of that go?
So how do we win rings? It's pitching, pitching, pitching. You can call them 84-win Diamondbacks if you'd like. I'd like to call them the team that was leading the NL West for a good part of the season. Then I'd like to call them a team that shuts down a good offense. Day after day, arm after arm. You've got Ginkel going multiple innings, Thompson going multiple innings. They have a rookie starting a Game 7 in Fott. and no one is overwhelmed by the moment. And you know how you win games, Dermish. You've got to pitch, and that's what you watched. What did they have? 5 innings pitched today. 0. Can't win a game that way.
In the last 2 games, the bullpen tossed 9 innings, gave up 4 hits, no runs. Goose egg, Zippy, 0 runs, 4 hits. They silenced this explosive Phillies offense. We expected Schwarber, Harper, Turner, Castellanos that were so good against the Braves and so good in the first 2 games against the D-backs. And they come up short. When you talk about disappointments, World Series last year, they lose to the Astros. 2 wins away from getting to the World Series after up 2-0. Think, okay, we can go to Arizona. We're not going to come back home. We not only have to come back home, we got to play in a Game 7. Can you imagine right now sitting in that clubhouse in Philadelphia as the Philadelphia Phillies?
Well, I've only won Game 7s, so I cannot imagine what it is to lose a Game 7.
That's quite a flex.
I just would like you to know. So you're asking me to imagine.
Yes.
So I'm going to only imagine because my experience is winning. But when you lose, and I've gotten to speak to some executives who have lost from time to time, you're not saying much now. What's going on in the Phillies clubhouse is that Rob Thompson's going to have to go, and he's going to have to meet the media. The players are going to say goodbye. Their bags are going to get packed. All the champagne that was ready for a celebration is put back into the clubby's office and moved over because clubbies talk to one another to the Arizona, to the visiting side. What is it that Philadelphia did wrong? They spent money in the offseason. They got the greatest free agent in Trey Turner. They had great starting pitching in Wheeler and Nola this postseason. How do you protect against mini slumps? Well, the National League is littered with teams with mini slumps. Los Angeles Dodgers.
Yep.
Betts and Freeman.
Yep.
Sorry, didn't have a good series. They're home. What happened with the other top team? The Atlanta Braves. Gone. Great regular season. It's not a format issue. It's baseball. That's the beauty of our sport, where all you have to do is get in, and you never know if you're going to be the team to be hot. And what makes you think Arizona's going to stop now? Pitching wins.
That's baseball, Susan. That's what John Sterling says, the great voice of the Yankees.
Surely
that's baseball, Susan.
You can't be serious.
But that's what it is. But you said that's baseball, Susan. That's how frustrating this game is. You pay the stars. They're not the stars sometimes in these moments. Other guys become the stars. Teams become the stars of the postseason. The Arizona Diamondbacks, scrappy, stealing bases, and their shutdown bullpen. This bullpen should win NLCS MVP. I mean, you look at the guys, Joe Manaply, Ryan Thompson, Andrew Saalfrank, Kevin Ginkel, and Paul Sewald. Like, this is a bullpen that shut down the Phillies and was excellent in every spot. Yeah, they made some mistakes. Yeah, they walked batters. But when it mattered most, David, they got results.
90% of our audience listened to your list, and they're saying,
have no idea who the heck are those guys.
Who's that guy? Who's that guy? Like we're in the movie Major League. Guess what? Watch the Diamondbacks play, and you will see players who don't give away at-bats on the offensive side. You'll see arms that come in one at a time. They have a plan from a pitching coach who is acknowledged to be the best pitching coach in the entire sport. They've got a great bench coach in Bannister, a manager in Tory Lovullo. They have a plan. And what they do is they stick to it. And it's not that it's all analytics based. It's based on matchups, but it's also based on clubhouse culture, starting with Derek Hall and going all the way down. They are relaxed. And when you are relaxed, you're able to go into Philadelphia, where no one was able to win this entire postseason until the last 2 games, and win 2 games in a row on the road. How do I know that that's possible? Our team did it 20 years ago. Game 6, Game 7 in Wrigley Field. But we weren't satisfied. We went on to beat the Yankees to get the ring. The Diamondbacks are not satisfied winning the pennant. They want the ring.
And they're going to have a good chance at getting the ring because of a young man named Corbin Carroll, who was 3 for 26 in games 1 through 6. No RBIs. Presumptive NL Rookie of the Year. The first rookie in MLB history in the regular season to have 25 homers and 50 steals. phenomenal player, superstar prospect. He goes 3 for 4, 2 RBIs, 2 steals. He means what to this D-backs team as they get to the World Series?
You put your best hitter in the 2-hole. That is the theory that I work under, and he's in the 2-hole tonight behind Marte. We talked about the top of the lineup, having them on base every time through the order. And tonight, they never got through Marte and Carroll in a row. Every time one of them was on base, creating chaos and havoc. Carroll doesn't play like a 23-year-old. If you look at his heart rate, that's what we like to, not with the Fitbit, we don't really measure whether they sleep or are they too tired to play. We look at them, how they play during a game, what their heart rate's like. Does the game slow down on them or speed up? Corbin Carroll is an example of a player. It's slow motion out there for him. No moment's too big, and he's a rookie.
Yeah.
And so if you've never heard of Carroll, you're going to watch him. You've never heard of Marte, you're going to watch him. That's the exciting thing about this team, that the whole world is going to see a bunch of players who really are quite good, Dermish.
Presumptive NL Rookie of the Year leading the Diamondbacks to the World Series. It's a fun storyline. Look at this, an early Christmas carol. Look at that. That's
Way
creative.
to go, guys.
I like that. Well done by our crack research staff. Connor. Well done, Connor. Connor is a Texas Rangers fan. So they're going to face the Texas Rangers. Game 1 of the World Series coming your way Friday in Arlington as you take a look at Corbin Carroll in Game 7. 3 for 4, 2 runs, 2 RBIs, 2 stolen bases. The first player in MLB history with 3 hits and 2 stolen bases in a Game 7.